What is up, guys? Rick Kakis here, and today we've got some pretty awesome Destiny 2 news because a brand new exotic weapon was revealed. So, let's get into it. Now, this exotic weapon is called the Coldheart. It got revealed in an IGN video detailing kind of the process that went into making this exotic. That's linked in the description if you guys want to check it out. And also, Bungie released an official kind of teaser trailer for this weapon that they're using on their social media accounts. That's also going to be linked, but that's a little bit more interesting, featuring dancing cabals and the song Ice Ice Baby. It's split the community in half, whether they love it or they absolutely hate it and think it's so cringy, so you can take a look for yourself. But let's talk about this weapon because it looks really, really interesting. This is Destiny's first laser rifle. It's called a trace rifle, and what this gun is going to do is fire a continuous beam of energy, likely doing a very small amount of damage very, very fast, to feel again like you're shooting a continuous laser beam. Now, a really interesting thing about this weapon is that Bungie said that when you fire it initially, the recoil is going to be a little bit calm, but it's going to become harder and harder to control the longer you hold the trigger. That's kind of the balancing mechanism behind this weapon. They also talked about how the concept and the design space required to put in a continuously damaging laser beam was a little complicated, but they did figure it out to be able to introduce this weapon. Now, this Omolon exotic is going to be, according to Bungie, the only trace rifle in Destiny 2. However, and I was blown away, I was so excited when the developer actually outright said this, but the developer said, quote, Coldheart is going to be the first and only trace rifle in players' hands, so what we just said. But it absolutely has the potential to become a new archetype. I was so happy to hear that because it means that Bungie, even on the early stages, even just in a video about the very beginning process of how to make this exotic, the Bungie developers are already saying, you know what? We could legitimately have laser rifles, we could legitimately have trace rifles in Destiny 2 as a new gun type down the road, and that would be so much fun to use. So much fun to use. Now, more about this weapon. They didn't actually say in the trailer, but I did some digging and figured out that this weapon, the Coldheart, is actually going to be an energy weapon. So you don't have to worry, it's not a power weapon. You'll actually get to use it quite a bit in the energy slot. So it's an energy arc exotic weapon. So that's pretty damn sweet, and that also lends credence to the fact that if trace rifles are introduced fully into Destiny 2, hopefully again we can get them in that energy slot. You can use them quite a bit. Or even technically, I suppose you could have kinetic trace rifles as well. And so, that's all good news. We got a new exotic weapon. Frankly, it looks pretty sweet. It's an energy weapon, so you get to use it a ton. It's an entirely new gun type, essentially, that's being introduced first through this one weapon and hopefully expanded in Destiny 2 into a full archetype. But there's one more piece of information about this weapon that isn't really being seen as that much of a positive. And it is that the Coldheart exotic trace rifle is a pre-order bonus. Yes, during the official Bungie trailer that they're using on their social media, it says that this weapon is a pre-order bonus until December 5th. So you're going to have to pre-order the game to gain access to this weapon. And then the question, of course, arises, well, how does that work? Is it just outright given to you? Like, I pre-ordered Destiny 2 on the PlayStation 4. Am I just gonna log on when the game comes out and look at my postmaster and boom, there's a Coldheart? Like, is that how that works? Then I have to infuse it upwards or something? That would be somewhat similar to getting the Iron Galahorn in the Rise of Iron. It was a light level of 3 or 0 or something, and you had to infuse it upwards. Or is it just going to be in the randomized loot table for people who have pre-orders, and then on December 5th, it's made available to everyone? That's just an unknown. We don't know exactly how that is going to work, but that is the fact, that it's a pre-order bonus. Now I want to draw your attention to that date, December 5th. Kind of seems like a random date. Oh, you can get this weapon December 5th. Well, okay, Bungie, but there might be a little bit more going on, and that's because the first two expansions have already been somewhat announced for Destiny 2, and some of the versions of Destiny 2 actually come with the expansion pass where you get the first two expansions. Now, it was revealed in an earnings call a long time ago, but not been officially revealed, but it was said that the first two expansions, one of them is going to come out in winter 2017, and the other one is going to be spring 2018. So we know the general times of the first two Destiny 2 expansions. Winter 2017 doesn't actually leave a lot of room because, of course, Destiny 2 officially releases in the fall. So you can't really have it too close to the release, and December seems like an appropriate time. In fact, The Dark Below, Destiny 1's first expansion, which remember Destiny 1 released I think September 9th, so very close to Destiny 2, that came out in December, on December 9th to be specific. So December 5th couldn't just be a random date that everyone's gonna get this weapon. December 5th could actually be, somewhat unintentionally revealed, the actual release date for the first Destiny 2 expansion. That would make a ton of sense, that on this particular date, they unlock the Coldheart for everyone. It's not a pre-order bonus anymore. And so guys, that's it for the video, just taking a look at this brand new exotic weapon for Destiny 2. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. Now if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. Now if you guys want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That's linked in the description down below, as is my Twitch channel, which you can also follow. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.